Check it out now. Hey, hey. Oh, so brother. Right about now. Hey, hey. The funk soul brother. Hey, hey, hey. Right about now. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Funk soul brother. Check it out now. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, everybody? Just getting myself set up. Hope everyone is doing well today. Gonna give everybody a check on to get the notification. We can get it popping. Pop. Today we are going to be focusing on what I think is the future of data, an understanding of kind of what I'm seeing on it. Like I said, I'm going to be waiting a little bit. I'm giving people a second to log in, and then I'm going to get started. We know that they are not giving us love in the algorithms, but I'm going to get started soon. In fact, let me go ahead and hit my time clock because I am going to be putting this on a timer. That way I know we're all good. What's up, everyone? I'm just waiting for everybody to get logged in, whoever's going to get logged into the stream, and I'm going to get started. I'm organized today. Hey. Hope y'all had a blessed weekend. I know it was kind of crazy. I warned y'all on Friday what was about to happen, and if you looked in the Discord, y'all know what I did, right? So let's actually go in the Discord while everybody's getting in here. I do things on purpose. Like I told y'all on Friday, I wouldn't be around on the weekend. I was going to be working on programs. I was going to be working on strategies. I'm going to be starting to program. Started to be getting my training, figuring out what I'm going to do, what's ready, what's not ready, because I am going to be building a blockchain app. Now, there are multifaceted reasons as to why I am playing this strategy. It's because the strategy I've played before. It's a strategy that works. So I'm going to give you a life strategy as well as a business strategy right now. Because every time we talk, or you listen to my talks, I there's something at the core I want to continue to impress upon you. And it's a mantra I live by, that there's bounty everywhere. I'm honest about that. I'm honest in my sincerity where I feel that way, and it's not some hocus pocus or the secret crap that I put into my head. It's that it's easy to find data that leads you in a negative direction. It's mad easy, like especially when you're in the 3AM room and you're seeing just how big the lies as to whom we are as a people, as that's beginning to be let loose to the general masses is now, is no longer, we're not, it's the same way as now everybody's talking about aliens. And a couple years ago, 10 years ago, whoever talked about that, you were on some spook-ish, right? And when you had people talking about the things that the government does and the lies from the government, and then the files got released, the things that were hidden being made seen, right? So, but at the same time, you can look for those as problems. And it's easy to get lost in that whirlwind, but then at the core, what happens to your life for the next 5 years? Right? And I've had to live this. When I say I've had to live this, I have been in your shoes. If you are not used to not having money coming into your pocket, or you've been let go of your job, if you're going through hell right now, trying to figure crap out, trying to make shuffles, trying to pivot, I've been doing it since 2014. Actually, no, that's a lie. Sorry, hold on. Actually, it would be 2016. Sorry. 2016 is when I got let go from my job because they no longer needed a developer, right? And they no longer needed a web developer. I didn't have another location or some vocation to jump into. It was my last play. It was the only move I had made because I didn't study anything new or try to figure out any new tech. I was on the last of the internet tech. What else do you do if you're not a developer or a web developer, right? You go into UI. That's called user interface. That's the graphics, how you interact with an app. So when you're clicking on something like the thumb symbol on an application, that there is user interface. When you're clicking the submit button and you see the form that you type the text for your post, that's user interface. When you see how it's laid out, that's user interface. That's all that. When you see the date on somebody's blog, and there's a way to submit, or you go to a site like Amazon and you're clicking on a review and you click the stars, that's all interface, right? It's all interaction points. And what we have to understand is the old way of doing business is changing, right? The technology always comes down to your playground level. And when you get access to this technology, it's a huge fundamental shift in how you have to do business. Please understand that I've watched the entire internet be formed from a couple people getting Microsoft computers and putting them in their buildings and getting Microsoft Word and Excel, and now all of a sudden you had an accounting division. You can do inventory, right? And then you had access databases. You could now build your own internal apps to however your business worked. Then what happened was that technology that was inside those companies became open sourced. So now you got MySQL, which is a database. You now have that database online that you had access to, and now you wrote web pages to get access to that database. It changed just designing a web page to have fun to designing something that could almost be an application. Now, years ago, I found a problem was scale. How much it cost for a private server was somewhere in the line of $5,000 a month at the time. To have a virtual private server on your own, you paid money. And of course, that's why all the big companies became even bigger. That was the entire reason as to why. So I already knew that unless you had a place to store your data cheap, you were always going to have an issue scaling. And if I created an application where thousands of people were going on it, what would I have a lot of? Data. What if it's their files, their images, if I want to put video? I can't trust YouTube. YouTube will delete my stuff. I mean, no disrespect, YouTube, but you do. So we need a secure place to store data. I need to know, and I've been wanting to do this for years, like how could I make a bot? Because I do robots, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an engineer. Yes, I rap. Yes, I make beats. But to pay the bills, since my music ain't been that hot, since I ain't talking about no flossy-ish, because I talk about struggle. I talk about mental struggle. I talk about internal struggles that you smoke weed to, right? And chill the hell out to, right? That you vibe for a minute, but you don't want to listen to that every day because that ain't your hustle mantra. And I have to understand that. That's the reason why I haven't rhymed. It was because I needed to get a new hustle. What can I rhyme from? I don't lie. My truths are in my words because that's how I feel when I'm spitting my ish. Everything has to come from an honest place. And that's when I don't write. Like I haven't been writing for years. I haven't written because I had nothing to say. Oh, I got a couple albums coming now. And I lost my swag because who am I, right? Who needs a web developer that when web is getting ready to get written out, like we have all these other companies, these Wix, these other easy way to build. Like look at even Elementor, right? Let's go ahead and go into a little bit of, I'm going to let the spirit move me today. That's why I kind of didn't preset this. I just wanted to say building a data pipeline, and these are just my thoughts on the future of data. What I'm going to expound to you is why is this important to me? Why is data important? Data is important because even if it's just my own data, I know a way to monetize my own data. And we've never been, we haven't been thinking about that. See, what we've been trying to do is just monetize our skill sets. But everybody else that we are using their platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the new one, Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces, all of that is just, I still want more of your data. Keep giving me more of your data. Even with YouTube, what they're doing, give me more of your data. We're not monetizing our data. So that got me to thinking, I need to start storing my own data, because if y'all are making billions, if not trillions of dollars, trillions, because it's social media, or the media of interaction of social people, is $1 trillion business now, right? Because we got to take every aspect of media and place it all together. So that would be all of the social networks, every real estate person that's on there making money, every guru on there making money, every product that blew up to ridiculousness that was there, every artist that blew up, or a song because of a social media platform, all the songs that blew up, all the dances that blew up, all the shows that blew up, all the movies that blew up. You got to take all of that. Even the little bullshit we do, like all the challenges, right, that blew up. All of the attention. Because even Gary Vaynerchuk says it's about attention. You have to day trade attention. And I still don't get it, but I'm getting it. I just have a new spin on that. That's why this is a toxic hustle. Like, the reason why I'm dumping my thoughts out on y'all, and some of y'all are gonna, I'm not your crypto guru dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the crypto Scarface thing, because I am. Because the crypto Scarface thing is just, I see this as a capitalized, maneuverable hustle. I can see how to maneuver this, because you could see it if you just go back in time, and it's hard because most of y'all ain't lived it, because you're not my age. But that doesn't mean anything. You've kind of lived it in microcosms, right? Depending on what social network you were on, whether or not that social network popped and then got destroyed. So even if you were in, your social network used to be Snapchat, right? And then you saw Snapchat, all of the technology of Snapchat get eaten up by Facebook, right? That's Microsoft and Apple for me. That's Microsoft and Apple for me. Snapchat, Facebook. Or Facebook, MySpace. The way that Facebook took a lot of the good things that was making Facebook, MySpace a social network, ate them all up, gave a private viewing that they learned from Apple, make something private, only a certain amount of people can have, and then as more and more people are garnering for it, then you just add them on, add them on, add them on, add them on. It's a strategic hustle, how they played data. Right? So we have to look at the future of what this supposed hustle is supposed to be, and as a data play. Give me 1 second. I just need to pull up that. Good. I'm on a good pace. I'm on a good pace. All right. So let's start looking at what I've been seeing as far as the transition into where some of these companies are realizing blockchain as a data play, right? So let's say blockchain. Now I'm just going off how I feel. Chain data, right? Let's talk expense. Let's do that. No. Oh, this is art. Oh, okay, we're good. So go to news, right? Let's just look. Blockchain as a service. So that's another business that's coming up. We saw that with Amazon. They have a blockchain service as a business, right? It's on AWS, the other portion of their business model. AWS blockchain. There we go, blockchain on AWS, a managed blockchain. So we can't say that people aren't making money on the business, right? The business, there's a business. What's the pricing that they're currently doing? The reason why I'm doing this for y'all is this is what I do to be able to say, is there something here? Am I missing something? Do I need to reevaluate my thought process on what a business model is in the space? So let's see. If I look at the pricing, let's do a pricing calculator. Let's just jump past all the rhetoric and just jump into a calculator. Let's just create an estimate. We're gonna go blockchain, right? Oh, we're playing that game. We're playing that game today. So, pricing. Learn about. I see what they're doing here. Okay, so I have to choose managed blockchain, quantum ledger database, a ledger database. So we're looking at keywords, right? So don't know about this word quantum. I think they're trying to hook on to a keyword, right? Quantum physics, quantum storage, quantum computing, ledger. So they're using these clear terms. Like these are words that you put in your resume. All right. The reason why I said that this is an exercise is I'm exercising how do you start building your new self? Is there a business getting ready to be built around you? How do you now structure yourself for that business? So what am I looking at? I need to understand ledger databases, how to create a centralized ledger database. So it means, how do I build my own ledger and build an application that my own ledger works with? And then later, how can I create a managed ledger that manages a database for a company? Do you think that as a business, now I'm working freestyle right now. This is work. This is what it looks like. Because now I can sit there and say, all right, a strategic play as we gather more money after the cycle ends. What's our next business through the crypto winter, right? I'm a strategy officer for Toxic Hustle. So, strategy officer. What is my job as a strategy officer? I am looking at a strategy that's going to at least get me something that runs a long term of my business cycles. Do I think the web is going to stay as is? Or do I think the web is going to go where the biggest amount of money is going? So I have to say, where is hedge fund money going? Because I can't be cute with my thoughts. I can't just say, all right, well, I'm going to make a bet on a business on an opinion that I have, because, I have to worry about making sure that as we grow as a business, we have, the rest of the business investors to think about as well. Every business has its investors to think about. If you don't think about your investors and you don't think about the people that work for you, then you're not going to have a long-term business. I know that the long-term business doesn't involve employees, it involves contractors. We become a gig economy. There's no escaping this. Why? It's because it's already proved itself. Fiverr is a huge business. Period. Gig economy. Let's just give me the past month in news. Gig economy, gig economy, gig economy. Employment updates, right? They're telling you what is the gig economy and what's the big deal for gig workers, because they're trying to now Fiverr's growth. See? My AI knows what's on my mind. Your AIs will too as you train them. It knows what I'm searching for. It knows exactly what my intent is. That's what Google's end all data does. You just have to be intentful for every account you create. Every account you create, I'm intentful for what I search on every account. I'll change my accounts based off of what my intent for those searches are. And this one is my business account, and it knows exactly what I'm looking for. It knows what I know. Uber and the workers. Every job is about to be Google. I can tell you that every job that's going to be gone. Medical jobs are going to be gone. State level worker jobs are going to be gone because I can automate the entire back end of a system of computers. I don't need people to manage the system of computers. If I had blockchain tech to do consensus on things, and I start putting consensus on things throughout my internal organization, see, it's coming, y'all. Consensus algorithms are going to be inside businesses. It's going to be part of elections. We are changing. The entire structure of how we work is changing. When I say data is the new oil, I didn't coin that crap. I kept hearing it so much on the business channels and in all the articles I hunt for and all the news sources I allocate, aggregate, and disseminate to myself, so that my spirit has enough dots to then one day an aha moment starts clicking. Hey, wait a minute, I do robots for Citibank, and I'm automating my job, and now I need to write more computer programs, and they're automating more things out, so they don't need a web designer anymore. Shoot, I need to become a web designer developer. Oh, now I'm a web developer. All right, I'm making money as a web developer, but now this AI thing is starting to come up. Do I think that AI will be able to code its own code at some point? Yeah. Should I keep going down this developer path? You know what? Let me try UI. Let me do user interface, because that's for applications, and they're not going to automate the way that we do designs yet. Wait, no, they're starting to do that now. Well, what about, let me go into video. I'll do video. Wait, no, they're automating that. Audio. Oh, wait, no, now they're automating. Damn. Everything is going to have AI in it, automating in it. What am I actually going to do? Okay, well, okay, so let me think like this. So now I start thinking. Scale, right? I have family members, they have multiple jobs. Okay. Amazon, robots. Cousin, forklift driver. Will he have a job? No. Bank, automation plus pivot to blockchain. Is my cousin, who was at Smith Barney, now at Citigroup, congrats. But will my cousin be able to beat the computer that is running within quantum AI, managing all the assets inside the entire organization better than everybody in the organization? What does my cousin do then? What's his purpose? You see, we have to understand that banking was just very simple. What was banking? Banking was, I opened up a bank with some guys or people, excuse me, I don't want to be, so I got to watch my pronouns. You know, when we had people that would invest, but back then it was mostly, you know, the masculine of the crews was out there doing their dirt, hobnobbing, getting their guap. And then they partnered up together and said, we're going to invest in the town, and then we're going to invest in businesses, and then people can put their money in the bank, and they can make a portion of the investments that we're making. They can get a portion of that. And since we have a board, well, we can manage our investments. That was how and why banks were important. So, you know, when we go back to Black Wall Street and you look at Black Wall Street, you not only see that when they say it was Black Wall Street was about investing. It was about investing in your town. It was about investing in your businesses and in your people. And because you now had access to the stock exchange thing, because of the communication that was opening with the telegraph lines and the electric lines and all that stuff. Well, now all of a sudden you were more competitive because you didn't just go hang out. Your energy is always about mastery, being better. Ain't that something? It's always been at your core, right? Your mama always told you it's not enough to be good, you got to be great. It's not enough, you got to be better, right? And it meant being competitive even against your own. What we actually have to deal with is the fact that they have kept pivoting us against ourselves and not us against the environment. See, once you stop fighting amongst yourselves for resources and understand there are no resources you own, so what are you fighting for? You now have an opportunity to own the resources you want to wear. You can design clothes and get them out there yourself. I'm going to show you it all. I have no choice. I need y'all to do it. I'll show you where to design the clothes, how to design the clothes. I need you to do that. That's the next phase, y'all. You see, how are we going to invest in cryptocurrencies? You don't invest in cryptocurrencies. I told you earn them. Now, one way that we're earning it is with our robots, right? The market dipped. I left this alone throughout the weekend. I want you to see I left it alone because you can see this is our high-risk portfolio. And what you see on the screen right now is the fact that I left it alone. I started setting all these up before the dip. I told you the dip was coming. Thursday, Friday, we made the changes. And because we called it, the market did its little dip and we played right in the pocket. The market went down, but we went up. And I also told you potentially the bounce was going to happen. Now I'm going to be setting up something called on one of my sheets, one of the pages that we do daily over here. One of my tabs will also have something that I'm going to call the 2017 replay, which will be us going back in time, looking at 2017 and seeing how they're playing the market, exactly where it's playing, when the dips are probably going to be coming in, when we can snitzel a little, grab our gains, not by much, but I'm going to snitzel a little bit of the portfolio, grab into some of these gains and ride it up. Or I'm going to put more into my robots and just chill the hell out and concentrate on the other asset plays. To put more into the robots because I want to buy more of these big plays. This one is still, oh, where is it? This one is still it's a pumper. I just want to test it. That's a test play on a option that's on the market on Kucoin. Just wanted to see if it's giving the percentages they say it is. And it really isn't, but it's not bad percentages either. See me here. Still made 2% over just the 6% gain. We have to look at how these businesses are going to change. How are you going to change with your business? And be honest about it. Like, is your business earning interest? Banks are supposed to. Businesses are supposed to. Like, notice every financing company, and we've talked about it over the last week, how many are putting Bitcoin on their books? How many banks are putting Bitcoin in their books? How many times have I said over and over and over, y'all don't get it. They are playing us like suckers because y'all remember hundreds of banks. Bitcoin is your key term. Hit the news. Boom. NYD, New York DIG proclaims that 2021 will see hundreds of U.S. banks offer Bitcoin. Not just add it to their damn accounts, but offer it to their constituents. What does that mean? That means they're going to play with this market like I've been telling you they've been doing, right? Right here. See? Bart Simpson head on the back end, right? Play. Drop it all the way down. Drop it like it's hot. And that was right before, I said, this is right before that Thursday, Friday. This is Thursday. Thursday, I told you, I'm getting ready for a weekend. I'm getting ready for the weekend. This thing's going to be crazy. They're signaling that they're going to try to get the weekend down. But I also know that we're ready for a bounce. because that's how it played over here in this zone in 2017. May, June, July. That's why I said I'm gonna zoom into this, create a big screen for this. So we see. We're gonna play the rest of this year out and see if it plays out. I'm giving you my game because that's all I got. I don't want no excuse later that you can say, "Oh well, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to play this thing." No, there's just no way to play this game. You can't know this shit. With a transparent ledger, unfortunately, by design, there's only one coin right now that's big that you can't see, and it's called Monero. And Bitcoin in the future, after November, yeah, they can hide transactions, which is what they're getting ready to set up. So when November comes, they're gonna hide the pumping. So this is really the last cycle we're going to be able to play to see this. Because the whales won't be here. No. Not the whales won't be here. All these guys are going to be playing us like a fiddle. And I might be able to get like I said, I'm trying to get enough money because this costs $7.99 per month. I want to get into seeing these damn numbers. That's why I'm working my business hard, man. Because this is where I need to be. I got to be able to afford this. Crypto has to be able to do that. I have to build a business in crypto for that. That's got to be serious. Who's paying for that? See, all of these little things I'm showing y'all is me proving there's multiple level businesses on the blockchain. And there's no businesses in real life. Unless you're making your own business. So I'm going into quantum level database. 70 cents per 1 million requests. Y'all don't get it. This is their business model for blockchain already. And there's a specific thing, if you go back in history, guys, go back in history, ladies, gentlemen, and everything else, there is something that is historic. When I saw this information show up on the internet, when web hosts started quoting out numbers for how they could do things for you, and you paid for it, and you built applications on it, it became an industry. My industry, my problem, I explained to you, from 11 years has been my data issue. The scalability of data transmission. They're already telling you what happened when Amazon got into this game. If you go back in history and read the news for how Amazon played their ish, Amazon got in the game, priced it at a price, undercutting all the hosting companies. Then they kept lowering the bar. Then they kept lowering the bar. Then they kept lowering the bar, right? So let me show you something. The bar would be, the two companies, let's say is HostGator, is a big company, right? HostGator.com. See what they have to do now? Let me show you why they have to play that game. I'll keep showing you this stuff. Hey, what's going on, 10-4? Right? Let me show you why they're playing this game right now. Bang. This was the lowest. No, first this. I think this was the lowest price point at first. Then, bam. Then, bam. Now, what I want you to see, and I want to show you a game I'm about to play. This is coming, y'all. I promise you, this game is coming. You see this game right here? This Windows game for $12, getting a gig of memory, or for $20, getting a 2 gig machine, or $40, getting a 4 gig machine. Understand, this is the price for a small Raspberry Pi. This is the price for $75 is one Raspberry Pi. 8 gigabytes of memory, but a 4-core, and I can attach whatever hard drive I want, and my bandwidth is just me buying a business line. Then I can have as many Raspberry Pis as I want, giving me as much terabytes of transfer as I want. Right? Why am I telling you about Windows? It's because, you know, there's a thing that I showed y'all. If you go in the past, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna open up my old Toxic Hustle. I'm gonna go back to my thing 3 years ago. See, I've been in this game. This is my second season, y'all. And my first season, I started talking about this BitConnect Ponzi scheme because I said, how the heck are they pulling this off, right? Then I'm like, if they can have a bot, why can't I? That was my first kind of real trying to get into this live stream thing, and I failed miserably because I didn't really understand how to really be personable about this shit yet, because I was still kind of confused about it. So I needed to prepare a little bit more, even though I still sucked. But I was good enough to start understanding that there was lines and there was a hierarchy, and I started thinking about Gunbot, this company, right? I started thinking about that, gunbotting a bear market. Started thinking about that. Art of Warbotting put out this training material called The Art of Warbotting. My first tutorial I put out for free, right? Put that out and started trading on this exchange I no longer mess with anymore. I actually moved my money off the exchange. And then, BitConnect was gone. I stopped trading because, we were at this point at the end of the season down here. We were at this point where it was just getting too, it was November, December, things were just kind of pumping and crashing too hard. And I was like, all right, I need to get out of this. But then, after December, boom, it just tumbled out. What's going to happen again? It is going to happen again because it is programmed into the system now. I'm proving it by calling things before they're happening. I've been proving it go back in the videos. I know they're long as hell, y'all. I apologize, but I don't. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry, because you're seeing me work, and some of my work sometimes takes me in a direction, and I just look at the news. I'm just seeing what you're seeing in real time based off of how I trained my data to show up for me. So I can make strategies and plays because I understand blockchain is just another internet, another layer that's giving me transactions. And I said, as I've been showing you, right? Like, look at how much, we're talking cents, right? We're not even talking the fact that when I want to build applications, like right now, this isn't enough for me. I really need something like this right now. I could build that at scale. That's 2 Raspberry Pis. That's 2 Raspberry Pis and some type of balancer, or if I'm on a blockchain, then just setting up more machines. Now, why am I talking about this so damn much? Because as I was telling my girl, I have to work the way I only know how to work. When I first got into this game, y'all, here's how I hustled my way in. I am a guy that worked at Citibank Private Bank. I've worked at Canon USA. I've worked at First Data, right? And First Data, like, let me show you, like, firstdata.com, like, merchant services. I was a UI developer as a temp for this company. I was trying to get in, but they were making changes to UI. They were getting ready to scale out how they did their business and didn't need me anymore. So I had to make another pivot, and I had nothing else. I had nothing. So right now, I had nothing since 2016 when I got laid off. My Instagram showed, if you go all the way back and you look, like, I just got laid off, I'm going to figure something out. I was hopeful. And years later, I end up working for my girl who's a caterer, and she's doing right. Right? So I have to work for her, make sure I'm the manager there, run the business effectively, come up with the SOP, get that rolling. Because sometimes you got to humble yourself. If your ish ain't working and her and your mate's ish is working, you've got to pivot, man. You got to humble yourself, and then you feel like crap, especially if you want to be a provider and it's hard, especially as a black man. Nobody wants me. I'm the only person in all those rooms. I don't say that, oh yeah, I worked at Canon or Citibank as some badge of honor to be happy. I was in there alone, making millions for companies that wouldn't even give me a raise. Understanding that my intellect wasn't worth shit, but y'all hired me. What you want me to do? Sit around and just keep giving you everything else everybody else wants? Got you. You just want to copy. Every corporation I work for is 5 to 10 years behind, bros. Real talk, man. And I've had to tell people, you think you go into a corporation, you think they're ahead? Nah, they're 10 years behind, man. Looking at you like, oh my God, you have so much innovative stuff. You're able to do stuff so fast. Yeah, of course I can, man. Y'all got politics. I ain't got time for it. And that's why Bitcoin's so slow to grow. They're top heavy as a corporation. Even Ethereum is top heavy as a corporation. We'll see if they can pivot. Like right now, they're looking like IBM to me. When IBM still, like when Microsoft was looking at IBM as something to eat. Pirates of Silicon Valley, that movie. I keep going back. Y'all don't understand. All my moves come from that shite, man. I understand who I'm playing with. Know your enemy, y'all. Know what you're playing with. Know this game. It's not just blockchain. Because then you would miss the internet. Because then you would have missed desktop PCs. Then you would have missed operating systems. Then you would have missed DOS. The next programming language is already here. It's called JavaScript. It's been here. Ain't going nowhere. And actually, it's moving over to the blockchain. It's what runs the web in general anyway, y'all. Node.js is an application base. You can write blockchain in Node.js. Did some research this weekend, trying to understand Node.js more. And then how to build a Node.js API for Ethereum blockchain. Do you think that your boy is kind of telling something that can pad out your resume? Do you think jobs in blockchain? Let's see, blockchain jobs, right? Let's go to Hold on one second. Let me do this on this window because I ain't trying to have y'all see my ish if I'm logged in. And I'm not. All right, so I can drag that over. All right, let's go in Indeed and let's just say blockchain. Oops, I got to learn how to spell. All right, there you go. Blockchain. Customer support representative, right? Let's see. Let's go to Texas, right? Let's go to Texas. No, just give me some stuff. Okay, community support, brand designer, Bitfury operations manager, team lead, commissions, people ops. I'm telling you, IBM, huh? Okay, I just want you to understand something. We got it? I don't have to overharp, right? Okay, just letting you know. JavaScript. Okay, I'm going there. I'm eating my own dog food. If y'all don't understand, there's my theory, eat dog food theory. Dog food theory is any company that eats their own dog food will survive because you have a reason to be. You're using your own tech. If you don't use your own tech, how can you sell it to somebody else? You can't even tout its resources. And the best thing is, even if your competition or clients don't want your tech, great, you get an edge over your competition and can steal their clients away from them. Right? Right. So where do I see myself? If I tell you data is the new oil, boo, 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 when did I say it to you? Boom, I sold it to you a week ago. And then, I told you they're buying the dip and silent. I told you that you have no jobs. If you're looking for, if you're a student graduating, you're not going to have a job. I'm getting a job over y'all only because I'm always positioning myself away from where everybody else is. If everybody wants to go to school, how's that even functionally feasible for me? Okay, here. I'm in technology. I understand technology changes every year, and you have to change within a year. How long does it take a book and curriculum to be written and printed and agreed on by boards? Okay. The reason why I got jobs in the internet was because nobody in any of the schools was training for internet jobs like HTML before they knew it was a thing. They didn't know it was a thing yet. The banks are really the last people to know what the thing is. When all of these artists did the NFT thing, y'all didn't understand. Graphic designers just found a way to get paid on their own. They didn't just have to be paid by themselves. Yeah, there's an oversaturation. Yes, of course. Just like there's an oversaturation of cars on the road. What does that mean? Some car companies are going to rise to the top. Some are going to fall. How do you bet in this game? Whatever's on Coinbase is kind of I'm going to say a short bet, but they're hedging their bet. They're on the stock exchange. So their life is now determined upon being able to make their shareholders happy. Period. Point blank. Don't care how nobody feels about it. They're on there to make money for now the board and the investors that are making money. So their job is to make sure that they're always on the cusp. Do I think that if they invest in companies that allow them to spin off their own coin, giving them instant access to retail investment capital, do I think they'll do that to compete with Kucoin and Binance Smart Chain? Get it? I told you I like exchange coins. Do I think it's feasible that every company, Gemini and all these exchanges are going to have their coin? That's going to be retail investment capital. That's going to be more than the stock market. And ask yourself, do you think you are going into the stock market, or are you moving more into crypto? And do you think they're just trying to hang on? I see DeFi. Even Kevin O'Leary knows, man. Like, I'm watching the bankers. I watch the guys that are like, if you know who this guy is, Kevin, I think it's O'Leary. DeFi, right? I think it's. I apologize if if I spelled it wrong. I know I should have put an apostrophe, the little symbol thing in there. All right, boom. Into DeFi, May 27. And he's telling everybody, nobody's using, no institutional investors are using Bitcoin or even investing into Bitcoin right now. I already showed you the video where he was lying about that shoot and why he's excited about DeFi. He's excited because he can do more on that market, earning all this pipeline interest payments, bypassing being seen on the major exchanges, being able to manipulate markets in a substruct of the market that he plays in, called the futures market. But he wants it to be decentralized because he knows then nobody can stop him, because you don't have a company name, you just have an address. And that address can be micromanaged by sub-associated companies. And he can offer a portion of his stuff to a company like he did. He gave it to one of the guys that worked for him. Gave him some cash flow. He even said it in a video. I gave like some guy that I work with, he told me I need to look into that. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, I've already made this much. He knew me. He's like, oh, I'm greedy. He talked to he sparked my interest. And I jumped all in. Now that I understand it, I'm so excited. I can't wait for all of the chains to do this. But what does that mean for me? I am thinking about this. How do I run my applications? And if I wanted a business app that used blockchain data, how do I scrape it, gather it myself, put it someplace so I can give it to the people that need it from me? Perfect example is one of the bots I want to work on is being able to grab my percentages and catch a pumper in my robots. Because I can't trust what they're telling me. I've got my own stats. And I want to keep adding more robots, and I want to know when these pumpers come so I can throw my money into something that's been a cyclical pumper. So start letting an algorithm maintain notifications of potential pumps. Maybe gathering data from other news sources like I'm doing pulls correlations that haven't been seen. Or because I tell my system, hey, these are the days systematically that Bitcoin does these systematic drops, and we've plotted them. I go all the way back, plot all those timelines, and then just let the system warn me, hey, here's a potential storm front. And then even gather some of this back end data to verify whether or not it's coming. See if there's a push for money to be moving out. Gather the information that gives us an alert from multiple data points aligning up. And notify us. Hey, we look to be going into altcoin season. Hey, we look to be going to Bitcoin season. Hey, we look to be, the market looks like we're going to crypto winter. This is right around the time that crypto falls, which we already know would be the November. Get an alert, get ready. We're starting to see the signal of a pump close, right? Go back to 2017, 2016, 2017. Boom. When I say that this game is when I say I have to zoom in and get all these points, I want you to see just how ugly this game is. Like, look at this. May 12th, May 15th, May 24th, right? This big one was like a May 24th. I'm trying to get one in June. That's July. So yeah, I'm expecting a dip in July, y'all. So don't even trip. 25th of June, that's coming. Yeah, we're not yet. All right, so June 13th. That would be the June 11th, right? So the weekend that just passed, we had a dip, then a quick recovery. Hold on, I'm zooming in just to kind of pull it in where we are. So right around the 11th or so of June, we had a double dip, right? So we had a June 11th dip, and then the 12th and the 13th around there was a huge dip. Then around the 16th, 15th, and 16th, we had a little recovery. So in that zone, I'm not saying to be perfect. I just want a pocket. Like, I want to be able to get a pocket window, right? So what did we just see happen? Let me scroll back out. Let me bring this over here. Give me a second. Let's zoom this down just a little bit so we can see these tops. Let's drag this over. Give me a second. I'm zooming in because I gotta zoom, right? We gotta zoom. Here we go. So now what do we say? Right around the 11th or so, we had a dip. But we had other news pulling us. No, hold on. Wait. 10th, here we go. 11th and 12th. 7th, we have a dip. 11th and 12th, we're having a slight little rally right now. We had a dip around that end of week of May 20-something, right? May 18th, 16th to 18th. Somewhere in the... All right, we'll say from May 14th to around the, let's say the 20th. So we're looking for something between the 14th to the 20th of May, right? We're just going to play a little game. 14th to 20th of May, we're looking for a dip back in 2017. The 14th to the 20th of May. So somewhere in the 14 to 20 zone. Somewhere in the 14th, 14 dip. 2017, dip. Subsequent bounce to a slower dip around the 18th. 16th to 18th, right? Dip. I just showed you. That's why I said I gotta make this into a map and actually start mapping out these and then rolling them forward, rolling them backwards first, testing to see if this has been consistent, because these are the, my seasons of Bitcoin. That's why I have these, because these are where I showed you signature dips that potentially happen. That's why I work the way I work, because this is what I played in my first season, 2017. I began this in 2017 because I saw cyclical situations the season prior to. And I used the past to show me that there was some kind of consistency pattern happening. This is my seasons of Bitcoin. I told you, it's like, it's damn near systematic, which is freaky. But it's either built into the code or it's built into somebody, a whale, someone who has a system and has had that system playing this market consistently to guarantee their revenue. Do I think that that's a thing? Oh, yes. It's programmed now. And why not keep it doing it the same thing every single time? If you know the halvening is damn near the same cycle, you can replay this game every halvening until the halvening stop. That's when it will potentially break. Or when that new privacy thing that goes into Bitcoin in November maybe begins to fudge with the market, where we have private transactions. But wallets are wallets, and wallets still receive weight of cryptocurrency. I'm just looking at my time. Yeah, I'm going to end up going and extend it in a half hour. It's fine though. But we're getting through stuff. I'm not doing it just straight today because there's an issue of us not understanding future data. Your business will always be data, guys. All of you. Your business will always be data. You will always be data. How do I know? I got a job because I pivoted over to PHP, which allowed me to was able to get better programming because it worked inside Dreamweaver. Right? At the time, the company Wappler that I'm using that I told y'all about in another video, that company made an extension inside Dreamweaver. At the time, there were 3 programming languages that were working inside the software. All of them you could get a job with. That's why I got into Dreamweaver, and Dreamweaver got me a job as a web designer. I just had to learn a piece of software. Once I got in there as a web designer, I started getting into web development because there were 3 programming languages that Dreamweaver could run at the time. ASP, JSP, and a thing called Cold Fusion. No doubt, 10-4. Appreciate you chilling with me. Right? So you had those 3 programming languages that were there. And then all of a sudden, PHP got put in there. And then immediately I was like, oh, shit. All right, yeah. All right, now I can build apps. I can build PHP. I can put that on my resume. So now I could do PHP, but now I needed a database because, of course, we were building database-driven apps. That was the key term at the time. Database-driven applications, right? So you have to build apps that were database-driven. So I knew MySQL was a database. I could mess with that. There was a program, a graphic user interface or GUI that I could use to interact with the database, and I could draw up whatever database I need. visually. And then boom, now I had a visual database. I could work my business that way, right? I could work my software, write something that just gathered data, pulled it in, and I could use it in whatever way I wanted. That's how I got the job at Canon. Because now I could build screens for making my applications, or build screens that presented data a certain way that I could capture and not screen capture, but HTML, turn the HTML into a PDF. Like store it in a database, query it a certain way, get that information back down, make it into and be able to save it as a PDF, because that's what they needed. At the end of the day, what he wanted from me, the final result was I had to take a Excel formatted file and turn it into a PDF. The only thing I needed to do was add extra data to that, right? What did you need in the catalog? Well, I didn't need just the pricing data, because the pricing data is going to be different for every single company and corporation. No, I also needed the product description. I needed the product image, the things that we see on websites. So I found a piece of software that allowed me to use data, but render out a PDF. Then I used my tool to query the data to put it in the structure I needed. Now, all of a sudden, I had my hack. My enter strategy of being able to do the job that I was been hired for, and the result of me delivering a product that no longer took 3 months to do. I could now deliver it in 72 hours. An entire agency in Washington, D.C. had shut down. He got it put on his desk, and he was told to be able to do this catalog took 3 months. And I promised him, as me getting the job, well, since I can build my own applications, and I can do it on my own time, I don't need to get paid for it. Oh, no, we would, we'd be able to figure something out. They didn't. But I still built it, and they still were able to do that, and those catalogs generated millions of dollars. There goes my timer. Give me a second. I'm just going to hit, I have now a half-hour timer. Punch it. Boom. That's going to be the last of my update. So we're going to keep it under an hour and a half. I will do that. But I need to be able to explain how you pad your future with data. It's not enough to be in cryptocurrencies. You have to move past just the cryptocurrency side. You need to start thinking of, how do I get a job? Just in case. Because that's investment money, y'all. I took every job I went to and I invested back in myself. I either bought some type of software I needed, so that if I decided I wanted to quit, well, I built all my infrastructure to leave. Right? I took my job and put it towards my business. I made sure to invest it in other investments. At the time, that was me doing peer-to-peer loans, which I still do. The company that I do peer-to-peer loans with, right? Prosper.com. Invest, right? Go on this side and invest differently. You can choose your assets, whatever, and choose what kind of grade. And I used to get like 11% interest. Right now, this is how I knew the market was bad. I keep this going. Not to make a lot of money anymore. And this will also be something that I also add as more interest. Not just crypto. I have multiple ways to earn money. And I'm thinking about product, because I want to add my product, make product, add to my residual revenue coming into myself and into the company, because I want the company to give me the leverage to earn. And then I want to build it into a marketplace that gives the scalability for others to earn. So that this way, it's reproducible, right? Replicable. You can replicate it. I want a replicating strategy, just like Bitcoin is a self-replicating database for IT specialists. If we think that way now, that's how I think of it. As IT, can I get a job on the IT market right now? Not really, because they don't need you. They put all their stuff on Amazon Web Service. I told you, they back the truck up to get the data now. So it's not about that. Now it's about decentralizing your data. They don't need Amazon. So Amazon's running fast to try to keep being relevant. Don't blame them, but you don't need you anymore. And at the same time, I'm showing you that there's a business model being built. Merchant services. This was first data, right? Right here. The fact that, light sale, Amazon has, like, there's a business model that they did on this side of the business for hosting. I've already showed you, they are now on this side for blockchain. There's no additional charge for data transfer between this and other services. So if I wanted to use external services, they're going to charge me for that. See, they get it, they understand it, and they're going to capitalize off those that don't understand that this whole business is turned itself over on its head. What if I could get into the hosting business, right? Which I've been showing you. I've been beginning to get into. Let's go to the Discord, right? Scroll up. What do you see me getting into? That ordered. I'm showing you that there's these chips, and I'm looking at storage devices. I'm going into the stock market, looking for storage device plays. I'll also be looking on the blockchain, but I'm looking more on the established industries to handle hardware. I showed you about these Raspberry Pi server things. There's something else I found, robots that you'll be able to build yourself and be printed themselves. The fact that data is the oil. More hardware, that's a Raspberry guitar pedal with a Raspberry Pi. Robots dancing, yeah, that open API, data play. Gitcoin, got some of that. That was over that weekend. There it is. Coming in 12 weeks. That was, back in May. So I've been saying since May 28th that I was starting to get into a hardware play. And when you, like I said, if you look at what happened this weekend, 6/12, it is 6/14. So 6/12 was Saturday. Saturday, I bought up that dip. And by yesterday, I'd already seen a profit. Again, I don't think people understand scarcity. I really, really don't think people understand what scarcity is for an economy when every bank is running away from you. So now let's start going into these news. Let's go into these news. Let's go into this news cycle that I saw this weekend. It went crazy. As you can see, I kind of was like, holy crap. We stopped here, right? Last week. Then State Street, an old industry, again, reiterated it's now getting into DeFi. Right? DeFi. I just showed you, Kevin, I didn't do this on purpose. I just saw that State Street I know they're an old institution. I'd already talked about them further down the news pipeline either weeks ago or months ago. I talked about State Street getting in here. Right? And then now they're looking at DeFi just like Kevin is. You don't think Kevin's out there? How do you get into DeFi? Ethereum. Oh, I got me some more ETH this weekend. That chart you saw in the Discord. This chart right here. Oh, that's not Bitcoin alone. No. No. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, because I understand ETH. And plus it's earning 6% APY. I mean, APR. Not APY, average per yield or year, if you want to use it that way. But APR, like your credit card. No. I don't give a damn if this is it's locked in a contract till fall. I just want to be able to unlock that and get out before December. That's all I want to be able to get out of it by December, because I want to cash out October, November, just like it did the first season. Let's go back. Like, I ain't being cute. Right? I'm not being cute. I'm a ugly nigga. Let's go. Bang. Right here. What date is that? That's the, let's see, right here. We start in November, right? November dip. We've got a November dip. We've got October. What's this? October, right? October. I said there's an October, November dip. Right after September. That's why it's significant. That happens right there. Then it goes back on a run. Right, November. Then right before Black Friday, it's going to drop because people are going to sell their Bitcoin to get more hardware. They're going to be gassed. Oh, they're going to be gassed, thinking this is going to go to 1 million this year. No. Then it's going to dip again the end of November, because remember, Black Friday just happened. So guys get in they get in early. Some buy early and get their money out, preparing for those Black Friday sales. Then those right on the Black Friday weekend, boom, it dips. So that's what that dip is, because they're going to get that hardware cheap, so they can just go ahead and buy those other hardware deals that are in all those crypto miners and ASIC miners that are coming out all in this season, right? People are going to get gassed December 10th, December 7th, right around the first week of December. I am out right here, right at the the first week of December, the last week of November. Like, I'm out November. I'm out. I am not getting gas. That is the top for me. I don't care if it goes up a little bit higher. I am out. I'm out at least 85% of my holdings. I am out into USDC, C as in Charlie, or USDT as in Tether. Or Tango, Taco, right? USDT, USDC. Don't go to USD. That's a taxable, heavily taxable event. You went to fiat. Don't go there. You don't cash out, because that's a taxable event. You still get a tradable event, but you traded it into fiat, a stable coin. That's basically almost like a hedge fund. Right? It's a stable coin. It has assets underneath it, and that's stabling it to one US peg dollar. So that's the goal in the gap. I move it to a US dollar stable coin. That could be DAI, that earns you 2% on Coinbase, right? Which I may play. Hold on. I'm going to open the screen so you can see that. One of the Coinbase plays I may play is, again, this is one. So one-to-one exchange. And it gets 2% APY. So at least immediately I can stick it there. Or on the other exchanges, I can stick it into US Tether, which will be on the robot we have, this is our high risk bot, which again, during the market dip, I didn't touch it for 3 days. You can see these are 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, 12 days down here. And that's ETH, earning 12%. This is what I talk about. Is your ETH earning 12%? Yes, but it earned 12.73%. And if it plays sideways for a longer period of time, crypto winter, from the last halvening we had to from when it crashed to this whole cycle. Crash started in 2018. We didn't get right back on the horse until 2020. 2 years. So I'm playing for a 2-year angle, right? I'm not playing for the short goal. I can't do this short play. I got to look at it as a strategy officer. I got to look at this long position, and thankfully these robots begin that play, but also beginning to put smaller bots, gunbot. I'm getting back into it. Upgraded my gunbot. Gonna be back I'm gonna start getting trades on that again, so I can start understanding it again. I will put a new gunbot video up, which would be the new gunbot 12 something the other, or 11 something the other, whatever the hell it is. I will be doing the latest, greatest gunbot, and how I'm using it, right? Because of course I'm going to figure out the best way to get consistent assets out of it, or what is my actual play move with it, which is, can I create some type of strategy, code it, JavaScript? Yes, folks, JavaScript. It works with this thing, which means I could use Wappler to code my own pricing stuff. I could build better robots that had better strategies. Oh, it's going to get ugly when I can make my own grid bot. It's going to get ugly when I can host my own grid bots. And then charge people to use my grid bots, to rent them. Oh, y'all don't get it. That's hardware. That's why I said real estate. Y'all got to understand that digital is real estate. And as long as you have hardware that can perform tasks, and especially now that it can be decentralized, you can execute applications in a distributed way. And now I can write my own applications, have my own storage, store on my own networks, and earn from my own crap. As soon as I can lock away our data in a cheap way, it's a wrap. What applications are going to blockchain data I'm going to hold? To be able to write my own, let me show you something. Again, I want to show y'all something. I look at competition in all forms. To me, you look and see this website. You think, hey, it's a great tool. I can pay for it. You're absolutely right, you can. The one thing I realize is, look, you see that? That's called rent. It's a subscription fee, but my people, that's called rent. I'm getting rent for data. I'm paying rent to get access to data. If I want this data here, which is not here, if I want this data here, this here, build annually per month. You got to pay the whole thing, not a half, not a piece, not a part. You got to pay the whole thing to see up to 10 minutes of data. And you get it in data structure format. API limits, that means I can grab that stuff. I can create my own alerts. The week on chain reports. Oh, the business I'm going to have to afford that one. See, you can build data on businesses. I just got to read the rules for how I work with this data. I will read the rules. I will play by the rules. But I will make a business that justifies this expense, so that we get access to better business for our bots and our trading strategies. That we're not being suckered by these idiots. At least somebody, some way, something has an eye in the game for us. And again, I'm giving you what I'm doing so you can go do it your damn self if you want. I ain't holding it away from you. Why? Who gonna do it? Do it. Good. You gonna make an application? Good. Tell me about it. Where is it? How much is it? Is it under this? Good. I keep putting it out in the universe. I want everybody to make every single application, every crazy idea I come out with, go make it. The only thing I want to make sure that I'm leaving you with is, hey, if you need a job in the next 5 years, Amazon is building ledgers, so can you. Everybody's cute and clamorous with the next coin, the next coin, the next coin, the next coin. At one time, it was the next internet company, the next internet company, the next internet sensation, the next internet thing, the next internet fab, the next social media, the next. But there is no the next. It's just, what are you doing that makes money? How are you earning in the cycle of your life? What's my cycle for the next 5 years? My personal cycle. I am of an age where I already know that I cannot say that I can retire. I don't have a pension fund. I don't have a retirement plan. I don't have Roth IRAs. I've liquidated all that shit from my businesses and moving. And the fact that I lost my job, right? But then I started building my assets over the last few years and starting to build my residuals over the last few years and focused on scale over the last few years to now just have one problem. I have a robot that needs data. And I'm going to be able to have access. I have a robot. I can build robots, period. Web bots, desktop bots, freaking node bots. I can build bots any way I want right now. Cloud bots, desktop bots, I'm working on distributed ledger bots, right? That's my next thing. So that means I need data for my things, my dApps, my decentralized apps to work. So I need the data for that, and then I need an application structure that allows me to scale, and I need a business in which I can say, hey, I need this much in rent, but I'm going to make sure it's well worth your while. You should be making thousands of dollars more than what you're paying for. Because the way that I can store data is so cheap that I don't have to rape you on the infrastructure of the business. And that's what we're dealing with. And I know that that word can strike very visceral things, but I need you to understand that's what's happening to us. And our businesses, if you take your business seriously, you need to know that the expense that they're trying to hit you with, like even this, real talk, is too much. But that's the first shot of the mouse ball. They know, oh, it only really costs us maybe 5 cents per million requests. But we're going to give it to them 70 to set the bar so that everybody that wants to do this has to come in here and do this. But there's one thing Amazon doesn't get that you do. Nobody is buying your Amazon coin, and it's not appreciating in value. You are a ledger, but you're allegedly a ledger. You're actually a centralized machine, acting decentralized. We had that before. It's called the intranet. You just build a cloud-based intranet, and it will fail like the intranet did, because that was supposed to be the business of business nets. Never happened. It was called the internet, IP to IP, APIs. We don't need to play cute. It's just data. Passing one data bit to another person, and they've learned sending too many bits doesn't matter. I need to just send little bits. Template everything out and just send little bits. That's called node or graph databasing. Distributed ledgers are just like graph databases. And that's why if you build on-chain applications, JavaScript and the blockchain, it's huge, because it is huge. What's coming? Don't bet on the coin, bet on the future of an industry. How do you know where an industry is? You should be able to see the banks buying in. Let's get with the rest of the news. Let me just look at my timer. Hold on. Let me get my timer up. Yep. Okay, I got to get moving. Bitcoin just got its first makeover in 4 years. This is the big thing for November. That's going to be the double jugs. November's going to come. They're going to talk about this new thing is rolling out. It is a major update, but when the update's done, it's not going to have changed anything, and the crash will be even harder. It changes stuff, but it's still not. It's privacy stuff. It's some other. It's macro level stuff. It's just some big stuff that happens, but it allows for the next cycle new industries to form. The next cycle. This update isn't for this cycle. It's for the next one, which we know happens when 2024. The next halvening. Whatever happens now ain't for now. Everything's happening now was because of what happened down here. or whatever happened right here, which companies just birthed here and was able to ride through crypto window and are now crypto winter and are now riding these pumps back up and now are the ones we're talking about. You either got born here and kind of survived this, or you came into the landscape here where you had hope and despair. But then, revelation that you, as long as you stuck through, you were going to be fine. So we're seeing that, November, we know we have to worry about, not worry, but know that it's coming. It's cyclical. Know that it's coming. Position yourself the way you need to position. Bitcoin Lightning Network on Twitter. The Lightning Network is the upgrade that happened last cycle. That's what's giving more. There's like tens of thousands of transactions to Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. It has all those things. It's just been on the back end. And as more countries like El Salvador, that's the network they're using. They're not using the Bitcoin as we see as Bitcoin. They're using the blockchain network. That's what I mean by it was FUD. You have to read the articles. This weekend I had some time to dig into what they were actually talking about, and it's blockchain. It's the Lightning Network. Be a part of a historic crypto moment with Cardano. I'm not going to harp on this because I am not going to tell you anything that you haven't heard me say already. All I can tell you is this is not this cycle. This is next cycle. It's going to be big next cycle, but I am in right now, and I will catch more on the pump. I will sell off on the pump. On the subsequent crash, I will sell some, get back in, ride them the rest of the way, keep earning on top of them, put them into staking, put them into their business, put them into everything. I'm not playing. Let me see. I told you Taproot achieves activation lock-in. They have signaled. Bitcoin miners have signaled they're going Taproot. Again, these upgrades are dope, but they're not for this cycle. They're for the next one. But Bitcoin's still scarce. Doesn't matter. You know how I'm playing. I'm riding it up. I'm selling off at the top in November. End of last week of November, I'm out. I'm letting it crash out. I'm buying back at the bottom, probably February, March sometime, and then I'm going back into this market again. Long term through crypto winter, because crypto winter would have officially started. Why the WEF wants you to learn about Bitcoin, the World Economic Forum. Yes. Cryptocurrencies, a report. Cryptocurrencies, a guide to getting started. World Economic Forum. A guide to getting started in cryptocurrencies. All right? 21 million Bitcoin. 18.5 million gone. 6 million locked in wallets. Last Bitcoin, 2140. Last minted Bitcoin is 2140. Only 900 Bitcoin are minted a day. Those numbers, I will keep ramming them into your head. Because I had to keep ramming those numbers into my head back in the last season in January when Bitcoin was 11,000 and my girl had bought in. And I said, baby, I'm sorry, you bought too late. You bought at the high, you should have waited and bought 2 months later. And she's got scared right out of the market. And we could have got Bitcoin at 3,000. But we didn't understand it was our first season. Now she's like, oh, it went to where? It dropped to where? I'm getting more. She gets it now. And she also knows my major, not even hopium, what I'm going to probably end up building on with the help of a couple networks. I'm definitely getting prepared. I want to be able to buy hardware and work it on this platform. I'm not playing. Not playing. I'm going to begin getting that cycle rolling. NVIDIA CEO says Ethereum is going to be valuable. Going to be, like it isn't already with DeFi, right? Okay. Going to be valuable and is excited about proof of stake because he sees NFTs and he sees the GPUs being used to do all types of stuff. He's happy. Ethereum is proving that staking will still be, and he's happy because gamers will get the other things back. They'll get their GPUs back. Link, Chainlink, Polkadot, Matic. Y'all know, if you've heard me say these things, you know it's a data play for me. But you notice I already got in. So I'm just, riding these pumps as they're going to pump them up. 288K price still in play, says Plan B. Don't get gas on it being 200,000. They are pricing it out of where it's going to be. My top level, based off of the historic runs of Bitcoin after a halvening point, are documented. And where I see the market, it's not going to be 2024. That is just the next halvening cycle. I think this ends in 2020. This is 21, 22 is the end of this cycle. I think we peak out at the end of this year, December. My estimating at the end of this year is we're at the 176. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that in here right now since I'm here now. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and just call it that this is next. I'm going to put in the next halvening just as a new thing is 2024, just so I can get this number locked. And this, I'm going to say, now that I think I understand where we are, is going to be 2022. Q1 2022. Or, you know what? No. Sorry. No, guys. We're going to be real about this. I'm calling my shot right now. 2021. Fourth quarter 2021, I think we hit our peak and dropped like a stone. Copy, and I'm going to call my shot. And if I'm wrong, I will list it as being wrong. If I hope I'm wrong. This is a hope I'm wrong. I'm going to put my date as 06/14/21. All right, that is my shot call. Oops, damn, I hit the wrong button here, didn't I? There we go. And this is going to be called. I'm calling this, called. Yeah, I know. Give me one more cycle, and then I promise I'm going to be done. All right. Let's see. Next halving is 2024. I said I'm called shot. Shotty. Called shot 20. Yep, that's it. And I'm going to put that right here. And put this right here. This way, if I'm wrong, I'll put I'm wrong and say this is the shot I called. These are the called shots. If we're at the high, all right, let's go look at this now. Here we go. So now I've changed my thing. You've seen it. I'm going to now update this so that it's on my Seasons of Bitcoin. Let me just make sure Yep, it's saved. Okay. So now what you see is I'm saying Q4 of this year, we're either at 176 is where I think we're going to go. I think this is our high. In the fourth quarter of this year, I think this is our high. This is where I'm exiting. If it goes past this, I will snitzel heavy here. Yes, this is potential where it would be, but I am not anywhere I'm not looking anywhere near there. I'm actually going to try to see whether or not I'm going to put another called shot at seeing whether or not it hits a 15x position, just so I can have a lower price point under the 176, so I can have, just in case, my low. Right? Right now, I think this is the low because we've surpassed that last time. But at the same time, we had a 35x the last cycle. We blew through. I was like, oh, we're going to do it again. But when I went forward, we didn't. We hit the 13,000 top. We didn't get to the 20. It went to, like, on an average, it went to like 16,000. It played into 16,000, but it never hit the 35x. It played into the 20x. And now, just in case this next halvening that we're having, just in case I want to just have one more price point come down here and say, or next, I should say, shot called at 15x just to be able, but I got to do the math again to see how I did this, which I've said already. I just haven't gotten there yet. Let's get back into this news because there's still a lot to go through. So yeah, I told you my price point is about 176, 150. I'm gonna begin snitzeling because I'm not gonna wait to get to this top and think I'm blowing through. I'm gonna get into this 125, 150. If there's any weakness, I'm getting out. I'm gonna begin to get out. But I'm in for this cycle. I'm in for the cycle till 150K. Until whatever I come up with this number is the low number. I'm in till then. Then I'll snitzel. And then I know it's not hitting this. If we hit 200,000, great. I may have maybe 5% of my assets still in play, but it's not going to be anything significant. Let's go up. I only have a couple more lines on this one. Digital dollar could push more investors into Bitcoin, fund manager says. How much Bitcoin do we have? 21 million? When's the last Bitcoin? Okay. Scarcity. They know it. They're buying in. They're telling you it could be. No, it is. They just don't want you to know that yet. Oh, I've moved my money actually off of Binance just because the American government keeps messing with the asset because they really just want Coinbase. And since Binance is a Chinese exchange in the United States, they're messing with it. So I don't get enough good interest there. I can't, if I want to use VPN, I got to use these other ulterior ways to get on the exchange. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm on the exchanges I can earn money right now. Those are the ones I showed you in the description below, right? So the bank cutting ties with Binance, again, I've already stopped and I wouldn't be cashing out USD on Binance. I'd be moving it to another wallet and getting out into USDT or USDC. And then moving that USDT to an exchange where I can get out and get out, move. So to me, not a big deal. It could have been used as a FUD position to move the Coinbase into position. Again, understand there's games being played around us for how they're playing this market. We're just caught in the collateral damage. But I need to do these things to make sure that as a business, right, as the strategy officer of this business, I have to look at these things and play. That's why I put these up here and I'm explaining them to you because it's no different than what I have to explain to my board. That's why we made certain moves. We made these moves because look at what's going on right now. Also, this is also a way for me to just be able to give an account for what the business does. Because we do have to give an account of how we run our business. And we have, as a business, crypto on our books. Duh. Not that hard no more. Have a corporation. That's not hard. Shows you how. RocketLawyer.com. Tie assets to your corporation by putting them into your business strategies and minutes and ledgers and letting it be known as to how you perform with crypto. So this year we are, as Toxic Hustle, are in to begin to create interest on assets. And during the nuclear crypto that's happening here, we will be into software on the blockchain, lowering our expense as a company by at least, I want to say 25,000%, because you don't understand how much software is just for a website or 2 or 5. And then, especially from the words, all the plugins you need for WordPress and stuff, you don't understand how much that costs. And then if you want to scale to other clients, you got to keep buying more and more of that software to keep scaling. And then you have to buy the hardware. And then you have to also price in the scalability for each server you launch. So all of that costs whop. So this long-term play right here is when we become more infrastructure. We are under a plan that in April, we think that Bitcoin will be at a bottom. We will see a slight pump. So come in the last week of March, first week of April of 2022, we will begin allocating crypto again. Right now, we are going to be in a holding pattern because we feel we are in an allocation. We may purchase more if it drops to the 28 zone because we do know that there is some chart lines showing that there is some support needing to come here, but we believe that if there is enough support here, we've gone from a step to a step. So I believe we've gone from a micro step from a purple step to another purple step. This is the only next step that we need to be at, but it will be after the next cyclical breakout from this here. And we may bounce back to either this support level or break down to this support level and run back up. I feel after the market recorrects itself after fall, this is where we'll come back to. In this pocket, because it's the last of the supporting structures. So this will be the new support line after our historic rise over 100,000 and subsequent crash back down, unless we find some new line in October or July that has some promise on length of time. We need X amount of weeks of data to pull that out. So SEC requests 2 more months to prepare internal docs on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. See, when XRP flipped the script, like I showed you, good play on XRP's point. I told you 2 weeks ago, I said, good play. Watch what happens. They now are trying to pad out their time, but they don't understand what they're doing. If they hold until 2 more months, when does that put that? June now, July, August. Okay, August time frame, right? Let's go back in history. Let's go back. Oh, right when Bitcoin crashes again. Around the last week of August. Planned? Yeah. See how I'm playing? You see how I play with news, right? Tanzanian. I was about to say Tasmanian. Tanzanian president urges central bank to prepare for crypto. In other words, you better get ready. Yeah. That's what he told him. You see what my boys did in El Salvador? And I bought into a couple coins this weekend that I think is going to handle the remittance back end for Ethereum and a bunch of other coins. And it is cheap. AMP. That's all I gotta say. AMP. Get out. That's all. No financial advice on Coinbase.com. All right, moving on. Remittance firms hesitant to support BTC despite legal tender law in El Salvador. Yes, because the IMF is putting that pressure, talking about, hey, y'all, I'm a rock star. Try your play on. Get slayed. That's what they're trying to do right now. Nah, playboy. You can't stop this. It's decentralized. Get laid. Done. So yeah, they're trying to hold this up, but how can you hold what cannot be stopped if I can VPN past you? Bitcoin price moves towards 40K as on-chain and technical analysis favor bulls. What they mean by that is this. Because they've been playing this market like a fiddle, you know, the bulls. Bart Simpson I showed you the Bart Simpson play to get it down to 32,000. The play that was called out April 25th. That said it would be right around after May. We'd be in this 32,000 to 28,000 zone. Only to spike back up sometime in this thing to pop back down to 28K where they want it. And I showed you in my charts and in the lines how, you know, the 32K play is here, 33, 32, purple line. And the 28 is this purple line. I showed you the play, boy. And we played this out from back here, drawing the lines. and down here drawing these lines, right? So it's not that we forecasted it based of here. We came down here and got our proof of where things may go. And when they do prove themselves, we have our proof. Right now, this is a weakness, which is why they're giving you that we may end up going down here, which is what the news is playing when it says it's moving towards 40K. Of course, why is it moving towards 40K? Because the next real line is 45. And they know we have to come up. Scarcity ain't changed. Bitcoin's model, business hasn't changed. Now, remember what I told you as to why these firms are having some problems, why they're hesitant to support? Because the gangsters coming. IMF. We reaffirm. Doesn't it sound like somebody? Didn't that sound like China? Do you not think we have our own China? You think we don't play in a kind of society that China tells us what to do on high? Broke ass America. Stop playing with your Bernie Mac, right? Hold that. Yeah, because she got gangster. We reaffirm our statement, just like, didn't China just do that? We reaffirm our stance on you miners, that we do not accept this as... But see, you can say that because you're tying it to the fact that you don't want it to be done with coal. Got it. Y'all got all them robots getting ready to tap into volcanoes, getting ready to tap into wind, getting ready to do your solar, getting ready to do water, the transmission of current, mining, energy, mining of the water currents. You've got plenty. Storm current mining. Oh, they've got plenty of ideas of how they're going to generate energy. And they want the miners to shift and become smaller and give us ways to play more data cheaply. They know what they want. They don't want Bitcoin. They want their own data coin. This is just hey, we're moving to this data thing and Bitcoin ain't ready. Unless we're going Bitcoin, the Lightning Network, the more transactions network. But yeah, we had somebody come and tell us that they, it is not legal tender. We're not going to support you. Do they care? Does anybody care? No, Iran don't care. We ain't been getting them no money. No ways. They've been getting it mining their own Bitcoin. If you get a Bitcoin server up or you buy Bitcoin servers, a country, any country, and you mine it, let's say you just buy a whole bunch of solar, put it up out there, hook your miners to that, hook that. You don't think that you can get investment money to scale it at this point? Add some wind farms for the extra energy, sell some to the grid for the grid to be happy. Start working with farmers to be able to mine freaking methane gas. Turning farmers into electro barons, right? Y'all are playing. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see the game coming. Y'all too busy worried about whether or not crypto is real or not. Energy is real. Hardware is real. IT professionals getting paid to maintain and keep a network running are real. Doesn't matter how we want to call it now. It's just decentralizing a payment structure to maintain hardware. Stop playing with me. Elon Musk says Tesla will resume accepting Bitcoin when miners confirm 50% clean energy usage. Pompous. We don't care. Ain't nobody give a damn about that, playboy. Your rich punk ass really ain't that important, bruh. You're playing with people's money, man. We had people that, like, I was reading stuff this weekend, y'all. Like, that's why I didn't do anything this weekend, because I was researching code, getting ready to get the business ready for data, starting to build out how I'm going to do training to get people to understand how to build for the platforms I'm building on. And either you build where I'm building to get your own businesses up and running, to do your own new things that potentially I could even invest in the future, right? If I'm telling you to go on applications, build your applications, and here's how to build your applications, and you build better shite than me, then let's partner. It doesn't need to be me, but I'm glad I can share what I'm doing, show you where I'm going, show you why companies are going this way. The gaming industry is about to change. Enough of him. Frick him, man. And I didn't say the other word. I'm getting better. Taking blockchain games to the next level. One of multiple games you've seen me telling you about. I'm going to research this. I have not dug into this one yet. Again, I just grab news in the middle of the night. And then I share it with y'all. So over the weekend, this thing came in and I was like, your AI is serving it up. It's coming. I'm getting into gaming. Because that's a great way for me to offload music as well as graphic and audio and video content. You don't think there's a video billboard in some virtual world that I can get virtual voiceover actresses to do commercials for virtual things that I'm doing in virtual worlds to sell virtual products as a virtual agency inside the world? Oh, stop playing. I know this is going to bug y'all heads out, but that's just how it works. Imagine The Sims, man, where you just became a marketing agent in world and then created an agency using your own real money, which wasn't that much, and then started helping people get their products into more stores in world, making them more money, netting you more clientele, giving you a new agency. We don't understand the metaverse. You don't understand the metaverse. I shouldn't say we. I'm understanding it. I played in one. A universe, a game is a universe on itself. And in that game, if there are multiple types or styles of game, it is a multiverse. And then when you hook that multiverse to other games that can interconnect with each other, like think Dragon Ball Z fighting with like Pokemon, right? Those type games. Those are assets from one universe being used in another universe. Like when Capcom and Marvel fight together in a game. You don't think that it's going to be like Halo and this game and this and this. All these agencies, this business model that Ethereum helped creating a DAO. A decentralized autonomous organization is a new way of saying corporation. Just like cloud was a new way of saying servers. Oh, it's in the cloud. It's on a damn server. But servers weren't selling to regular business folk. No, it must be the cloud. So as you become blockchain developers, developing new decentralized clouds, how much money is going to be on your CV or resume with that behind you? Or if you had a business and you were looking for investment, don't you think you could just offer a coin and just keep it pushing? You don't think that a company that wants to beat Photoshop comes up with a piece of software where the people vote on the updates using the coins that they purchase to keep upgrading their software? Gunbot. They have a licensing strategy that I just figured out this weekend was based on blockchain. Bugged me out. And I was like, oh, shite. That's a whole nother thing. Licensing for software? Oh, that's going to cut down on piracy. Good Lord, let's go. Gaming on chain. Gaming is going to be, you're not going to install crap no more, man. There's Xbox and PlayStation, I feel in 10 years are going to be gone. You're not going to need them. The whole infrastructure will be hardware rendered in cloud or on chain. On the decentralized cloud, the block cloud. Whatever. You're going to render the game in real time and it's going to be like amazing. Based off all these systems that are going to be able to render it for you locally. Like the hooks and the hookups. What's coming? It's crazy. It's just getting decentralized and buying into those companies. And look at Coinbase. My play so far has been, we don't understand the coins or why. And everyone's like, why? Coinbase just adds a whole bunch of coins we didn't ask for. Because Coinbase don't care about what you want. Coinbase is looking at, can I get a coin in the future? Can I spread my business. My business is based on data. I'm going to need more data. Who's going to give me better chain? Can I get less gas fees? Can I get into the business of NFTs? Can I sell collectibles? Can I sell this? Can I do that? Can I offer this business to other businesses and franchise this shit internally? Can I create server structures? Can I spin off a business within a business, or have invested in that business by partnering in it and offering the coin on my exchange? By investing early, did I not IPO into it by myself and then sell it to y'all a-holes later? Fidelity type beats. When I'm on Fidelity, I just I'm not a full accredited investor. So I get to see all the things that are coming out as IPOs. That's how I play my options market. When I used to play the options market, there's way more money here. Way more money here. Way more money coming in. I'm not playing in an old ass structure that's falling to pieces. Like the stock market's falling to pieces, y'all, because all the businesses there are built on what? Are they blockchain businesses? Are they scaling to the blockchain? Are they going to be the first in class? Are they already there? How many people are using it? Or they just have a bunch of patents trying to shoot in the dark, waiting for some 14-year-old to come up with something that's going to rock their world, i.e. Vitalik Buterin type beats. Ethereum, he was 17. It doesn't matter how we feel about this. A young person's going to see bottlenecks and move past them. All for it. Because old heads like me get to invest. So look out, gamers. If you are interested in being a gaming company, you just need hardware, storage, streaming, real-time gameplay. Most of that's going to be cheap using blockchain technology, which is why everyone is hooking it into their business. I am included. I eat my own dog food. In other words, you feed your dog what you eat. It's cheaper. It's the best way to run your business. Confirmed. China orders Yunnan's Bitcoin miners to cease operating by end of June. The reason why I said I was jumping over differently is because I saw the news, and I want you to see why I didn't go this way is because I wanted you to see, yes, they are telling the truth. That's how I play with news. I don't listen to them. I make sure it's real. If what they're saying is real, I should see a real-time effect on the hash rate. And I do. I see a real-time drop in hash rate, which means they are moving those machines, but that also means they are hurting themselves because Bitcoin will be out of Chinese custody. Y'all don't get it. The fact is that it's a weakness for them to have all the mining and hash power. It's great that it's coming to U.S. shores. It's great that we're building new miners that don't need their miners. Now it means we can move on. Bitcoin is going to still be Bitcoin. It's still digital gold. It will be because it doesn't do much else yet. Some of these other things will be built on there, but Ethereum's doing it too, and Cardano's doing it too, and Polkadot's doing it too, and Kusama's doing it too, and Polygon's doing it too, and which is Matic, right? So you already see, and API 3, which I showed you. Everybody's getting into a data API game because that's what the game is in real life right now. So if I have a business in real life, I should be able to pivot on what I have onto what you have, making it resistance proof. Because you have to beat resistance to get old heads or old businesses on your new tech. The minute you ease resistance and make it just as easy as migration, that's why I showed you there was something in the Discord I left that said something about, I believe I did, let me make sure I did. Yeah, everybody getting away from our own dollar. Gaming is changing. the manipulation that's happening, new hardware that's smaller, new services that are going to upload data. This is a data business for a new delivery service while people are riding bikes, which will get phased out for delivery bots. Data. Everywhere we go, data. So this is data. They did hit us, and it has hit. They're still plugged in, or this is just energy consumption as a whole doesn't matter because there's so much energy going on. The hash rate drops, but more machines are still getting plugged in. We have to deal with yes, we have a hash rate drop, but more and more mining machines are going online, doing other types of mining. Block 1, free to focus on 10 billion crypto business after lawsuit settlement. And then South Africa, to revise national policy position on cryptocurrency. I need to see how they look at what they're doing here, but it really doesn't matter. Again, you know Elon Musk comes from here. As my father would say, Menakir. That means me. I don't care. Menakir. All right, so let's see what our bot, Leo, has picked up on since the weekend. All right. We know, where were we? Legal tender, right? 85,000 Ethereum, not no time soon. These low cap gems are set to explode again. I've already said these names, right? Polkadot, Kusama, that's Polkadot, is set to blow. But DeFi networks, right? I'm keep saying I'm learning DeFi, and I'm seeing why. Uniswap, Kylan network, Polkadot, Oracle data solution. Oracle means database, data solution. So Kylan, KLY. So you're looking at, notice I'm going to keep being repetitive. I'm not new with this, of what the base information I'm trying to do for my business is. Hey, where's data going? Hey, how cheaper is the data? Hey, can I do bandwidth and transactions on that? Hey, is it cheaper to do transactions there? Hey, if I got 1,000 people, how much would it cost in my current infrastructure or my new one if I put it over there? Oh, a million people is going to be like 20,000 times cheaper? Like, okay, hold on. I got to start moving. I got to figure this out. That's what you've been seeing in my talks, is me getting ready to go down a path of development that all of you need to think about, because if you're just buying crypto, if that's your only course is going to be buy, hold, and hodl and pray, that's not a business model. That's called hopium. I don't smoke it. More pain coming to Bitcoin and crypto markets, warns. That was 1 day ago. Yeah, potentially we are going to have more pain, but we also got some runs getting ready to happen. Binance to launch a new on-chain NFT platform. NFTs are going to be big, and how we sell them and what markets, you know what I'm talking about. How do I get my assets in games? I don't give a damn about just putting an NFT out to do one damn thing, be a collectible. I need a deeper meaning to my assets. I need my assets, because they're smart, they're not dumb. I need my smart assets to be traceable in video games. And who's going to do that? Who's going to make it easy? Who's going to get me there? I actually have a name of a company that I'm researching right now that I heard about this weekend. I just can't talk about it right now because I'm not sure. I just learned about them, but I will let y'all know as I get closer to it. But it's one of the ones that's already there. I can't remember the name. That's why. It's just I can't remember it offhand. Not that I won't tell you. It's just I can't remember it. But I know what video it was, but I have to find it. NVIDIA says Ethereum is going to be valuable and excited about proof of stake. Right, because I think it's gonna be because it's gonna reduce the overall supply of ether, get away from proof of work. I would probably have to read deeper in what his actual thoughts are. They're kind of summarizing it, which is part of the whole new AI news thing. Let's see. Crypto Whale says he's preparing to buy tiers. Yeah. Crypto Messiah, one whale says he's getting ready to buy tiers amid the ongoing correction in the market. Not to bother trying to buy bottoms and sell tops. You'll never buy the bottom, you'll never sell the top. Average in / out is the only way to do this. I'm extremely confident that we haven't seen the last of productive assets. No, all of the assets are productive. I'm also extremely confident that this decentralized finance bear market won't be extended. DeFi, he's eyeing the indexes, weighted, blah, 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 blah. They're using their magical mystery math. Bitcoin will reach 150 on this date wait, what? Who's saying, what did we just say? Hold on. See, I save news. I don't do this on purpose, but I save news just when I see things, and I shoot my shots before these things ever happen. I showed y'all my new crypto thing, this thing here, months ago. So I said, called my shot. I said that it's going to be sometime in the fourth quarter of 2021 that we'll hit probably around 176, right? So let's see what this person is saying. Okay, this person tells his 251,000 subscribers that he does not believe Bitcoin will do another 10x before the bottom is over. 300,000 by December is a tad bit crazy. I'm going back to my chart. I told you 300,000. 35x didn't happen the last cycle. We went down to 20x. I said 176 was possibly the top. I need one more to give me a new bottom to feel secure. So what is they saying? Is it under 176 or above 176? I'm doing this in real time now. I'm not faking this. Let's see. 1,000 to 20. Call it 20x. Bitcoin, current price of 30,000. For the top of this cycle will be between 100,000 to 200,000 by December 2021. What did I just say? 21, fourth quarter 21. Why do we know this? We saw the last crash. I can't go back right now. I want to keep that up while I call my shot. 176. Does 176 fall in between that number? Yes, it does. So the bottom he's saying is 100,000. That's what I feel. I feel we can easily hit 100,000. Easy hit 100,000. When I do my 15% low, that's where I'm going to be able to buy out at. Where I'm like, hey, this is a good buy. I'm getting out position. I'll have that for you by the end of the week. All right, so we'll know, right? How about here, 150,000 by December 15th. Didn't I say around the 10th of December? 10th? He's even giving you too much time. I said the 10th already. Hold on. So I am not an a-hole. Let us go back in time. Let us go back in time. Let us go back in time. Time. December 15th, 2017. Do you see how I play? Like I play. Yes, sir. Do you see how I play? Like I play. Come on. Do you see what happens when you just use data? You don't use fear, hopium. I don't hope jack. Not a damn near nutter. I don't hope. Hope doesn't get my business rolling. Hope doesn't give me things that the business needs, like profit margins. Because I'm a finance, right? We're getting back to our Black Wall Street days. I'm going to save this because this is proof positive. I'm calling some shots. I just did it. And I promise you, on everything I love. I did not read none of these articles, right? U.S. Senator urges Treasury Secretary to make significant revisions to FinCEN, Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Okay. Check this out. Watch this game. Watch this. Gang. Check out these people. You and I, in this crypto world, understand something. If you get off of Coinbase, you can take your money off of Coinbase. You can put it into your own personal wallet, host it on your own private network, have that on the blockchain because it's on chain. See, your money isn't actually in your wallet. That was something that was explained to me when I first got started. I was like, well, can't they just get the money out your wallet? And he was like, okay, yeah, they could. If you give them the 12 random key generator that you got to get your wallet started, sure, anybody can get in your wallet. But if they don't have the key, it's randomly generated. So good luck getting it for your particular wallet of the million wallets that are getting created yearly. Yeah, quantum can potentially try to break that in time, but that's a bad break when we start doing rotational wallets in the future where your wallet is a cycle of wallets, and like a domain name, you hide your cycle of IP addresses. See, we've been using our wallet addresses like IP addresses, and that was what the internet was when it first started, was everybody sharing their IPs, and then that stopped. Soon you will share a link pointing to a fleet of addresses. Oh, I know what's coming, so don't play with me. We've already done this. So why I say this, as slow and redunculous as this sounds, is they want to say on the paperwork, well, we want access to your wallets. Well, sure, you can write in law that you want access, but does that mean that a cryptocurrency written by a young kid somewhere in Czechoslovakia or somewhere in the deep, deep jungles of the African Serengeti, right, that got Wi-Fi or whatever, Cloud-Fi, Drone-Fi, whatever the hell, right, was able to get internet all the way out there and is programming something for their tribe based off of what they see on the blockchain and rewrote it because they're smart, and did some newfangled shite that nobody understands, and it's quantum resistant, and we all build on it, and we all believe in it, and the consensus of revenue goes into it, and then the revenue moves into it because it's scalable and it's got fungibility, and it moves away from the asset. All of these people think they're tying themselves to gold as if Bitcoin is truthfully gold. Nah, playboy. It ain't. It ain't gold. It's just a piece of software on a hardware machine. It happens to have some validation right now, but so did IBM years ago. So did Oracle years ago. Doesn't mean that a software company stands forever. Ask MySpace. Ask Yahoo. They were the #1 browser. Not no more. They're barely a news outlet now. I mean, they are, but I mean, it's the same. They gotten into media because they didn't get into hardware right. See, now you're able to get into hardware now, and they don't want you to know that because they want to secure up this. They want everybody's eyes focused on Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong, I focus on Bitcoin too, but I know y'all manipulating it, and I'm biding my time. I'm gonna ride these punks out. Like, y'all don't get it. They are first. This is their first cycle. These are all these banks' first cycle, and they are coming in because these other banks are telling them to come in. I'll link this one. I'll add it. It don't matter. Done deal on this one. All right, I got it. Doge copyrights, it's going to be copycats. Do Dogecoin copycats have a chance? If I have one dumb coin, that's my stable coin, which is not stable coin, which is my base coin that I want to earn over the next 5 years, will be Bitcoin. I think that it's scarce. I know that it's scarce. Now, it's provably scarce at this point. So if I give up my Bitcoin, an asset that is not going to get any scarcer, and every single time it drops, it gets gobbled the hell out. And right now, nobody is getting new Bitcoin. 2 companies are buying it all up. Over the counter. And every time we read the news, we hear, I bought the dip for finance, institutional investors buying the dip. So, nah, I don't think so. That's why, like, the sentiment thing, they just want to come up with news. They just keep releasing dumb news. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That's not server. That's not system. That's not architecture. That's not infrastructure. That's not business. Business to business will always ride out recessions. Don't give a damn how I feel about it. That's just the way it's been. And the companies that have been in business, Microsoft, during the greatest recessions, 80s, 90s to 2000s, all of those years they sucked ass. I showed you pictures of what my world looked like in those years. Looked like a nuclear fallout. New York looked like it was blown up. Right? So that was my childhood. Destruction. So if those are the bad times, I watched the companies that rode through, companies that were giving businesses an edge. If your business has an edge, a competitive advantage, you're going to win. Do you think who's going to have a competitive advantage in the next 5 years? Do you think the competitive advantage is going to go to the people that are on chain, lowering the cost of a server for maybe $100 to $200 a month to maybe $10 to $5 a month plus earning? Maybe it's just earning. Maybe they're not even paying for infrastructure anymore because they have so much infrastructure earning the money that they don't have to pay for it. It's basically free. That's what I want to get to because I believe that's how the first internet was built. Behind bandwidth. If I own bandwidth, will I win? Oh, shite. Is there a decentralized bandwidth to think about now? Do you think we can own decentralized bandwidth by owning hardware in the future? And getting paid to maintain the network? Oh, y'all playing. Y'all playing. Y'all don't get what's coming, man. Let's see. 150 billion asset manager jumps into crypto. Come on, man. Scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. 21 million Bitcoin. Everybody's buying in. But you want to run. Okay, keep going. Keep running. JP Morgan hammers El Salvador's move to embrace Bitcoin as legal tender. Of course, because they want that fiat, baby. They need them. That they need to be able to print that fake money. They need to play that game where they own that you invest. Let's say $100, they can print $1,000 type beats, right? They need that. You can't do that with Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Is your groceries getting more expensive? Mine are. Do you live in a place that's not really city, but your groceries are still going up? Mine are. Do you see more and more jobs, like people that were at jobs, like they're not there? Or people complaining? I know the food industry is complaining about lack of work. I know the programming industry is complaining that people are not. There's plenty of people that can do it while all of a sudden nobody's there. Because they want people cheaper. I saw there's a web development job for $30,000. People can't live with that. Right now, you can't live on 30. You barely live with 50. And my brothers and sisters have been living for a lot less. What I'm doing, y'all, is an understanding that there is no other play. Please show me. Prove it. Is it real estate? Really? Do you have enough money to get in? Can you play it right now? Could you take a small amount of money, like $50, and use it to be able to make a little bit of money on that $50 right now? Could you take $50 and make money on that $50 right now in real estate? Can you earn an 8% on that little small deposit? While the market was crapping itself the entire weekend, could you still earn? Did you need to pay any mortgage fees, closing fees, any of the other shite? I'll wait. Please show me what business. Show me where I'm going to make money. What physical analog do you got? Give me a physical analog. Show me any physical business. I'll wait. That's not going to be digital. And if that physical business isn't going to be digital, then how does it survive when everything is digitizing? There's an internet of things coming. So yeah, JP Morgan is going to keep scaring people out because the same person told us in 2017, I'll tell you, I can show you just when. I can show you when. You can go back when my shows were really short because I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Because that was my first season. You think I'm worried about this dude or where the market goes? I know what all of y'all are doing. Come on, hundreds of banks will be buying crypto this summer. That was last month. Summer is when? June, July. End of August, right? Beginning of August. It's the end of summer, right? Start to end summer. Summer is over. October, November, December begins winter. July, August, September. It's gonna begin, y'all. They are buying it up and it will never, ever be back to these prices again next cycle. Notice how I said that. They will never be again at these prices next cycle. We will break to the higher bounce point, which will probably be like where it was when we bounced off that highest height here. We may break here, but that was a double. And at one point in time, it did break down to this level. What we do is we go back to our levels. Where is it? July will be the last time we see this level. You know what? I'm going to say it differently. I messed up. That wasn't right. We will see it next. What? Actually, no. That might be actually telling the truth. Hold on. I'm saying the truth. Hold on. Because we're still in this cycle. This cycle will play out, right? We're still in the cycle. The cycle didn't play until the next halvening cycle. That doesn't start till here. So the last time these prices went down was 3,000. This was the down was 3,000 down to this level, 37,482. Okay, so let's go back and see when the last time we had 37,482. 37,482-ish. 485-ish was back here in September. Okay, so I'm actually right. We never went back to the number from May, June, July, all of this until the July 13th run. I'm going back in time for y'all so that you can see why I'm mapping this right now as I'm actually strategizing my next play. Because we already know we just did a May 26th dip. June 10th, 11th, we just had that dip. We have a July, first week of July dip, right? The first 2 weeks of July could be weak, And that's the last time we will see those prices. End of July will be the last time you see those prices. So right now, I am telling you right now, based off of past situations hold no play to future earnings type beats, right? But if I have a robot held by big baller brands out here, right, that can play Bart Simpson and pick it like with $300 million, because remember, these guys are playing with 10,000 Bitcoin at $39,000. That's $309 million. That's $300 million being played with to play a Bart Simpson back here, to play Piccolo back here, to drop these prices and then play sideways to potentially play that next dip. Stop playing with me. It's a signature. Now that I can see the data this season, think I ain't watching y'all punk asses. So don't get caught. Don't get gassed. Bitcoin bulls should mark this date on their calendar. Let's see what they're talking about. July 25th. Huh? Somebody going back. Okay. Oh, they're talking about for futures. On June 25th. Okay, hold on. Let's check something, right? What did it say? We need to worry about June 25th. Okay, let's go back in 2017 and see why we should worry about it, because we didn't have futures back in June 25th. We didn't have futures back then, I don't believe. But don't we? What do we see? Hold on, I moved that line. I need to put it back. What do we see? What did he just tell you? We have to worry about something when? When? June 25th, right? What do you see there? Maybe you can't see it. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom out. Let me scroll up. So that's why I said I have to make a chart this big for you to see what I saw back when this chart was the only numbers I could see. Like how it is right now for all of you, when your life was just these numbers and you're wondering what's going on. I looked in the past and I made the seasons of Bitcoin. June. I said June 25th, right? What's that middle for that dip? Well, actually, it's June 24th. Yeah, there's a dip there, but it's really a accumulation of dipped that hit here. Remember, I tell you that there's always a big. I have to draw another purple line somewhere. Hold on, is there possible? Give me a second. Let me just hit my month chart. Let me scroll down. Give me a moment. In fact, hold on. I love my girl. She's an a-hole. I love her. All right, let's get back into this before she starts getting these dogs to bark. Right, so let me zoom in because I can't see trap right now. Where the hell did all my data go? Right, did my data just get lost in the sauce? Where did it all go? Where did it? Oh, that's why. Shoot, we got to shrink this down, 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 and then scroll down, down, down. Down, down, down. This is really making me mad. Hold on. Because this made me move all my stuff all over the place. And then don't show me my damn lines. Right? You're not showing me my damn lines. There we go. All right. So, go here. Scroll over. This is weekly. Okay? I'm going to keep it in weekly. And I want to zoom. Actually, I need to go to monthly, damn. And then zoom, and then zoom, and then zoom, and then zoom. Wait, I don't need to be that low, shoot. Okay, here we go. Right around the 3,000 mark, boom, that's a 4,003. That was a monthly line right there. and another monthly line right here, right? Right. And we had a line right here that actually could have been right there. Oops. Delete this line right there and move this line right here, right? So we got a monthly line here. I'm going to draw one. You're playing with my emotions. Why are you playing with my emotions? It's just deleting my shite. Okay, no problem. Clone, control plus drag. I did that. All right, tell you what, I'm gonna move this line down here rather than deleting it. And then I'm going to draw another line. This kind of line. Oops, wrong one. This one, right? Yeah. Purple right there. Kind of got one right there. Kind of got one right there. Got one right there. That's the 2,000, 4,000. That right there. Oops, Control Z. Didn't mean to do that. Control Z. Didn't mean to do that. Let me close out of that. I'm just following it up to make sure we hit certain things, right? So like this could actually move over here, right? Yeah, like right here is that line. And if I wanted to, there's another line right there at 8,000, but I'm not going to go through all that. Like these are all monthly lines and they're significant lines, right? So as we zoom out and as we start crushing this down to get access to our other data, like this monthly stuff here, let's zoom in a little bit more and crush it down a little bit more. You can see we have just a few lines here, meaning that we're getting our support before we do our next breakout. Same thing as we do for the weeks. So again, we're seemingly playing out the same thing. So I showed you June 25th, we're gonna get that same dip, but it has nothing to do with that. It's systematic. I'm saving this because I want people to see that I'm calling these shots. Lebanese economy crashes to new lows in less than 2 years. What is your currency and economy based off of? If it's based on debt, how is your people making money? How do they make money in a decentralized world? Do we think we're going to have more online jobs or more physical jobs? We're going to have more online jobs. A look at how Second Life's Linden dollars help. Come on. I've been talking about this so much, y'all, that this is the beginning of me understanding a new economy. That this economy, if you based it on digital assets, all of a sudden, if those digital assets were more than the US dollar, you're about to blow your minds open. I was making 133,000 Linden in world, which was $500 with the conversion rate of the time. Now, when you're looking at these cryptocurrencies, some of them are already over the US dollar or are at least 1 to 2 cents in, or even 50 cents in. So it's not like $266 under the US dollar. It's 50 cents into the US dollar, or 10 cents, or 1 cent into the US dollar, something even a cent. Not micro cents, even something that's a cent over the US dollar. Or in the US dollar, sent towards you. It's 99, it's like 1% of a US dollar. It's still good money. And we're looking at that now and seeing that growth. And most of these new companies are going to take advantage of that. And that's what these companies don't get. This little known crypto asset is set to erupt as markets rebound. Little known crypto asset? What's so little known about it? What is it? What's this hypothetical? Hexoro. Who's suing this? Is this Daily Hodl? What does it do? Uses trade crypto options and derivatives. Oh, it's an options derivative play. I mean, that's cool. I'd rather have sustainable products over hedging against the futures up and downs of a market I can't control. I mean, I could do some bets because I think it's automated, but I'm not playing those. I'd rather play long term with having some business data structure or business of selling of data or infrastructure play to a new internet type beats. Nah. New Ripple report says this 15 trillion market could benefit from blockchain tech. Who is it? Business opportunity in small business payment. Ripple discusses ways in which small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, could improve their cross-border payment systems by utilizing blockchain. I mean, that's cool. I think that we just need to think about the entire thing as data plays, not just a Bitcoin. We can make a new finance sell. We can trade money back and forth to each other. That's cool, but I mean, my thing is that what do you do? What does it do? How do you build businesses on it? Those are going to be the ones that last the longest. How do I build a business on your platform? Or like with Ethereum, you can do some sub deals or even side chains. And some of those side chains are cross chains, which then I would rather play a cross chain play that allows me to play in all of those markets. Remember, multiverse type beats, right? Even blockchains are universes into themselves. I want to play in multiverses. Blockchain, Bitcoin is a universe to itself. Ethereum is a universe to itself. The Lightning Network portion of Bitcoin is a universe to itself. Ethereum 2 is a universe to itself. Polygon is a universe for itself, but it also helps Ethereum. Multiverses, and those things are all coming up with NFTs and instructional plays for your digital assets. Multiverse. Analyst claims Bitcoin will break 40K. Yeah, it will. July. After July, we've got a super breakout coming. How do we know? This played the last time. I'm going to go into the weeks rather than the day charts. I'm going to go into the week chart because I want you to see about what week we're going to be looking at the breakout. We're going to be looking at the breakout to start the last week of July. Your bottom will be the 24th of July week. So get ready, because after that, September 25th, because you're going to have some weakness even in September, the first couple of weeks of September. Even, like I said, September is the last hurrah. That's the huge surge, right? When, colleges start back up. That's going to be a huge surge, and then it's going to jettison down, like we talked about. So just understand that, yes, it will break 40,000. 40,000 was back when? 40,000 was back... Oh, actually, shoot. Right here, right? Back in January. And now, we've already broken 40,000 today. If we're on the week, we've actually can put a weekly line right here. If I wanted to be so inclined, actually, I could probably move this line now up a bit, right? And then take this line down here and actually just remove that joint, because this is actually the line, right? So now we see our line playing exactly where we thought it was going to bounce off of. And we can take the past, the line in the past, and we can see what the future kind of holds. So we see we're right now back on this level, on a weekly level. It's a good support level to have. And that took this week to give it a high, and it took this week to put it up. That's kind of bullish, right? When you see staggered or higher highs. I'm on the weekly. Higher lows. The low here gets higher, gets higher, gets higher, gets higher. That's higher lows. That's good bear sign. It's gonna be bull sign. That's a good bull trend. When the trend is higher higher lows. So I'm telling y'all, I feel good, but I'm waiting for another dip in this month. One more, like probably the end of this month. We're gonna have another dip. We're gonna also have a run the 30th, but July we'll have a dip. So just understand that these things are coming. Understand that you're playing the long game. You're not playing a short game. And we're just going to do one more. We're going to mark everything as red. All right. And we're going to look one more time just to see what new news comes up. Reddit. Ooh, good gosh, we got a lot of news. Actually, we're going to hold off. We're going to leave it be. We're going to start this new news cycle tomorrow because we're already late in the game. And that's a lot of news I just saw pop up. Over 46 articles. So we will do these tomorrow. I don't want to hold you. We're already over. I appreciate y'all chilling with me. Keep getting your cash plays ready, right? I played mine this weekend. I'm riding this up. I'm probably done investing for the rest of this cycle. I'm pretty much done at this point. I bought here. I feel good. I'm not going to want to buy here because I've already bought here. And since I've already bought here and I already have some bags from here, I'm going to ride up the rest of this range. I already told you, October, November, I am pulling 90% of my wealth out. Oh, not the wealth, assets, because I don't have no damn wealth. I'm pulling the company's assets out just so that we know that there's a bounce point January. A bounce point of February, March, after the cycle ends, right? Cycle ends somewhere here. Here's February. It bounced down here. And really, it goes down even further towards the end of the year of next year. So I already know what the cycle's going to kind of be like. So I'm preparing to be out here in December. I'm gone. That's your high of highs. Even here, it shows you where the high is in November. No, this is December. Right? This is December. The first week of December showed you basically the high, and it just kept trying to fight resistance. And I'm going to know we're at a top of tops, and come December, I'm out. Come December 15th, like you said, I'm out. Play your games to win. Don't play to lose. Make sure you're keeping your go into US dollar coin. Do not do US dollar. Don't take that taxable event. You still get a tradable event, but you don't get a taxable event. You have a tradable tax event, but you don't get a fiat. You got earnings, capital gain, major capital gains plays tax event, right? If you do decide to take things into US dollar, please open up at the beginning of the year, if you do decide to do it, put your money into a Roth IRA. I think you can put up to $2,000 a year. That can reduce some of your holdings, right? Put it in a Roth IRA that's associated with crypto. These are the plays we got to play. These are businesses, man. This is not a game. This industry is going to be $1 trillion, if not a multi-trillion enterprise, especially as VR and AR, augmented reality, virtual world gaming, multi-level online gaming worlds, assets being traded back and forth, being able to create your own equipment and cars, and being able to have assets in world and assets in game that can help boost the level of players and all that stuff, and being able to do that in a way that is, you have like decentralized autonomous organizations building this stuff. This is going to be a whole new world. I need y'all to be ready. So I am getting out of here. I am going to finish off the rest of my programming classes and courses that I got to get ready for, so that I can start showing y'all the next phase of development on the blockchain, because I'm getting into it now. Let's go. So y'all be safe. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, because I got to work. Be easy on these. Be safe on these streets. Peace out.